the kind of mentality these governments and these politicians have towards Africa. And this lawmaker, Honorable Samuel George, raised a really great question. He asked, how come we didn't see the flag in Saudi Arabia? Don't they have the same laws? Don't they prohibit the same thing? How come you felt comfortable to do that in Ghana, but you didn't feel comfortable doing that in Saudi Arabia? That's a legit question. I agree with that question, and I want that question answered by the US diplomat as well as anybody, Biden, because at the end of the day, the US diplomat answers to the head of state, which is Biden. So I would love to hear their answers, but they didn't address that. What they said was, we believe in the rights of LGBTQ, so we did that. And if you're going to do that there, you should be perfectly okay to raise the same flag in Saudi Arabia, because, you know, even there, their rights, as you said, is not being respected, right? So it's the hypocrisy for me. When it's Africa, they can walk all over us, you know. It's not a question of LGBTQ. This is about the principle. If you feel comfortable and confident enough to do that in Ghana's land, you should feel the same way in Saudi Arabia, Dubai. Raise the flag. Let's see what's gonna happen. But you won't do it, would you? Because you only disrespect Africans and
let me just jump in here. That's a real thing. I think the sister's sentiments are correct. It's obviously a clear level of disrespect. And really, that's how we are looked upon. That's just how it is. Even on personal levels, we are really looked down upon like who are you and your people. That's why sometimes we get offended when we hear these terms. Like, even if it is supposedly said in the nicest of environments, then like, well, you know, I'm friend with a lot of your people. What do you mean, my people? What's my people?
But you won't do it, would you? Because you only disrespect Africans and their principles and their values and their laws. It means nothing to you. And it shows. And I love that the lawmakers didn't let this slide, because at the end of the day, we're talking about international law. We're talking about the Vienna Agreement. Like, that's a sovereign country. When you are a diplomat for the US in Ghana, you have to abide by the international law. And the international law states that you cannot do anything that goes against the country's law. She is in Ghana. She can be a US diplomat, but in Ghana. She hoisted that flag in Ghana. That goes against the international law. So I can't wait to hear what the US is going to say about this, because they clearly defied the law and they clearly did not respect the sovereignty of Ghana. I am really interested to find out what's going to happen. I guess we will see. But the utter disrespect towards African countries is just getting out of control. Anyways, guys, let us know down below what your thoughts are about what US did in Ghana. I am Wangil Zalal. I'm bringing you the story. I will see you on the next one. Bye.
Alrighty, pardon me for that. Yeah, so really, I know I just said I had to bring that, pardon me, to the forefront as it relates to, you know, that situation there in the motherland in Ghana, and exactly how, you know, that really plays out even in this situation here. You know, again, you see, family, what it really is, it's an agenda. A lot of us, we take these conversations very serious, personally, pardon me, but it's not personal, it's an agenda. That's why sometimes you hear some of our scholars would tell you, listen, racism is not a personal thing. We personalize it as if this black man and that white man, or that white man and this black man. No, It's a system. It's a whole system. It's a people. You know, it's very collective because it's a full agenda. It's almost something you could hardly apply to even a person. I'm talking of what they call racism, but that's another conversation, really, you know. But I'm saying now, the whole idea of it being collective in its understanding is the point I'm digging out of that. That's why it's an agenda. See, like the jabbing and the stabbing, that's an obvious agenda. That is not by chance. That's something, man. Even if I didn't know all of the stuff about Tuskegee and Henry Kissinger with whatever the depopulation 2000, you know, their countries Henry Kissinger cannot go in. You have more freedom of movement than Henry Kissinger. The man is some criminals. Yeah. Even if I didn't know all of this, I think I would be conscious enough to can see that, hey, something is up. Oh, my family, man. This ain't got nothing to do with what the experts say. And check this doctor. Let's listen to that. No. That's not the point. Anybody that understands the enemy there, or at least have an idea that, hey, this is a battlefield, they should be at least slightly aware that something doesn't smell right. And to be more to the point, this is an obvious agenda. Something's up here. Listen, let me just be clear. There's something they're trying their best to do to the vast majority of the people of the world. I don't know, people bring up all kind of excuses and say, well, it's only 2% of Africa has been vaccinated. Some little percent. So what that means, you know, so if they wanted to kill black people so much, why is it that they're giving the vaccine to their own people? Because, you know, even the UN and so has risen up. What's that organization in the UN? The WHO. And all of these ones have risen up against these bigger countries and, you know, chastising them for hoarding these vaccines for themselves, while the poorer countries are suffering. India making vaccine. India sends some vaccines to Antigua a few months ago. India, you know, India that don't have enough vaccine. What kind of game is this? India, where people were dying by the tens of thousands every day, or the thousands at least. I don't know if that's still going on, but that was the case in India. Vaccine makers need vaccine. So a lot of these organizations, not just the UN, other, you know, human rights organizations are saying, but no. Nobody was there. Nobody was vaccinated there. The same Haiti that they hate so much. They holding back the vaccines from Haiti, holding it back from the Congo, and allowing the COVID to spread. So you get the impression now. That's the argument of some that, hey, this don't look like what you all say. You all are saying, you anti-vaxxers are saying that they're trying to depopulate the world and try to kill black people. But why is it they're keeping it from black people? Which black people? I mean, listen, all I'm saying, I don't care what they do. They have their plan. They have their plan. Just the other day, they were keeping it from children. Just the other day, they were keeping it from children. Right now, if you're not